Why do some people work hard their entire lives and still stay broke? It's not because they're lazy. It's not because they don't want success. It's because their own brain is quietly sabotaging every financial decision they make without them even realizing it. And once you see this, you won't be able to unsee it. Here's something most people don't know. When you're stressed about money, your brain literally loses the ability to think long term. Your IQ drops, your decisions shrink, your world becomes smaller. Which means being broke isn't just about your bank account, it's about how your brain is wired. If you want to understand how to actually break out of that loop, not just earn more, but think differently, subscribe, because this is the stuff nobody teaches you, but it changes everything. Think about your daily life for a second. You wake up, check your phone, maybe already stressed about money. You think about bills, expenses, things you can't afford. You hesitate before spending, but then impulsively buy something small to feel better. You tell yourself you'll start saving, investing, or improving next month, and somehow next month never comes. It feels like you're making decisions, but you're not. You're reacting, and that's the real problem. Your brain is not designed to make you rich. It's designed to keep you safe. And in the modern world, that's exactly what keeps you broke. Your brain is addicted to survival, not growth. If your brain senses uncertainty, like not having enough money, it switches into survival mode and starts prioritizing short-term relief over long-term gain. That's why you choose instant comfort over future wealth. You know investing $5,000 is smarter than spending it, but in the moment, your brain says, what if something goes wrong? What if you need this? So you don't invest, you hold, or worse, you spend it on something that gives you instant dopamine. And here's where it gets dangerous. Every time you choose short-term comfort, you reinforce that pattern and train your brain to avoid growth. If you don't consciously override your survival instincts, you will always default to decisions that keep you stuck. Your brain confuses movement with progress. You feel busy, you feel like you're doing something, but are you actually moving forward? Most people spend hours thinking about money, watching videos, planning, researching, but they don't execute because thinking feels safe and action feels risky. So instead of starting a side hustle, you watch another video about it. Instead of investing, you learn more for months. And your brain rewards you for this because it gives you the illusion of progress without the risk of failure. But here's the truth most people avoid. You can't think your way into wealth. You can only act your way into it. If your actions don't involve risk, they don't involve growth. Your brain is wired to avoid loss more than it seeks gain. Losing $1,000 hurts more than gaining $1,000 feels good. So you avoid risks, play safe, and keep money sitting in low-return places because it feels secure. But here's the twist. Inflation is silently taking your money anyway. So by trying to avoid losing, you are actually losing. And most people don't even realize this. They think they're being responsible, but responsibility without strategy is just slow failure. A broke mindset says, don't lose money, while a wealthy mindset asks, how do I make this multiply? If your decisions are driven by fear of loss, you will never create meaningful gain. Your brain follows identity, not logic. You might know what to do, save more, invest consistently, learn high-income skills, but you don't do it because your actions are not controlled by knowledge. They're controlled by identity. If you see yourself as someone who is bad with money, you will subconsciously prove that true. If you believe people like you don't get rich, you will sabotage every opportunity that says otherwise. And here's where it gets powerful. The moment your identity shifts, your behavior follows automatically. A person who sees themselves as an investor doesn't hesitate to invest. A person who sees themselves as disciplined doesn't rely on motivation. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your identity. Your brain hates delayed rewards, but wealth lives there. Everything around you is designed for instant gratification. Reels, fast food, one-click shopping. Your brain is constantly being trained to expect rewards now. But wealth is built in silence. It's built in months where nothing exciting happens. It's built in decisions that feel boring, slow, and invisible. And this is why most people quit, because their brain says this isn't working, even when it is. And this is where it separates. The people who build wealth are not smarter, they're just better at tolerating delayed gratification. If you can't delay pleasure, you can't multiply money. Now, here's the shift most people never make. You don't need more information. You don't need another strategy. You need a different brain pattern, a different identity. You need to become the type of person who thinks long-term, even when it's uncomfortable, who acts even when there's uncertainty, who chooses growth over safety again and again. Because once that changes, everything else follows. Your income changes, your decisions change, your entire life direction changes. At the end of the day, your brain is not your enemy, it's just outdated. It was built to help you survive in a world that no longer exists. And if you don't rewire it, you will keep repeating the same financial patterns, just at different levels. So here's the truth you need to remember. You don't stay broke because you lack money. You stay broke because your brain is optimized for the wrong game. Change the game, and the results will follow.